Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Chen. Just want to show you a quick video of what we've been doing in class. Let's take a look at multiplication first. There are different ways to multiply the same number sentence. Equal group means we have the same number in each group, and there are 1, 2, 3 groups and 5 in each group here. That means we have 5 plus 5 plus 5. That would be our repeated addition representation. When we have 1, 2, 3, 3 groups of 5, that means we are doing 3 times 5. The multiplication sign can also say groups of. So this is 3 groups of 5. Here's a number line. That means we're adding 5 3 times, so we jump 3 times. The number of jumps is your group, and number you skip here is your each. The total is 15. Here's your number line. This is skip counting. Just like the number line, you have 5, 10, 15, 15. And here's your skip counting also. Array means you arrange your objects in rows and columns. So we always go with rows first. 1, 2, 3. You have 3 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in each row. So 3 rows of 5. An area model is a form of array. It's a special form of array. In area model, we put all the squares together, touching each other. So it's basically the same thing, but the only difference is area model, we have to use square. And array, you can use anything to represent your rows and columns. Here's a strip diagram. The number of boxes on top means how many groups. And we have 3 groups, 1, 2, 3, and 5 in each group. And if you add them all up like a puzzle, add them all up, you have a total of 15. The number at the bottom is your total. Here's the word form. We say 3 times as much as 5 is 15. This whole group times as much as simply just means multiplication. 3 times 5 is 15. This is called distributive property or partial products. You divide up your big number, decompose it into smaller chunk. So instead of 3 times 5, we do 3 times 3 plus 3 times 2. You decompose the 5 into 3 and 2. And this is more useful when you do 2 digits times 1 digit. So this is called distributive property. So 9 plus 6 equals 15. Here is the fact family. All these numbers are related. Two multiplication sentences and 2 division sentences. Remember, in division, at least in 3rd grade, the biggest number, the total, has to come first. And the last one here is telling you what group, each, and total. We call it the GET strategy. And this is very, very important when we do word problems. Here is your 2 digits multiplication, 24 times 3. We have different ways to do it. First, you can draw base 10 models. This is one group of 24. And because I have 3 groups of them, so I go 1, 2, 3. 3 groups of 24. And if I look at here, I have 1, 2, 3, 3 groups of 10, 20. 3 groups of 20. So 3 times 20. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 3 groups of 4. So 3 times 4. And if you add up the 2 numbers, the answer is 72. This is the partial product, just like the distributive property. Same thing. We decompose the 24 to 20 and 4 and break it down some more. So we have 3 groups of 20 plus 3 groups of 4. If you add them together, that's 72. Eventually, you can also write it in number form. 4 times 3 is 12. And because this 2 actually is 20, not a 2, so you're actually doing 20 times 3, which is 60. That's why we put 60 here. And if you add them up, it's 72. And finally, this is the one that we use most commonly. We call it the nosy neighbor. The nosy neighbor goes to the ones place. 4 times 3 is 12. You put the 2 here. Instead of putting the 1 here, the 1 would take an elevator and go up. And we're going to add it back later. The nosy neighbor goes to the tens place. That's why it's no C, because it goes to every single place. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. So 72. And here's an example of word problem. There are 3 boxes of cookies. Each box has 5 cookies. How many cookies are there in all? We always need to identify your G, E, T. For this question, the T is missing. We need a total. We don't have one. Right here, it tells you you have 3 boxes, 5 cookies each in each box. We need a total. Whenever you need a biggest number, you don't have the biggest number, these 2 numbers will multiply each other. So G times E equals T. You can even draw a picture to find the answer. The answer is 15 cookies. So that's it for multiplication. And let's take a look at division. Okay. This question is 24 divided by 3. Or you can use the long division sign. We don't really use it in class. I just want to show you how the long division sign looks like. The biggest number inside and the smaller number is outside. You can use equal groups. You draw 3 groups because we are dividing it by 3. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep counting off until you go to 24. Then you would see there are 8 in each group. And your answer is 8. This is T-chart. We do it a lot too. You draw, because we are dividing by 3, so you draw 3 circles on top. And you count 1, 2, 3. Write it down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And keep going until you hit 24. After you're done counting, see how many times you skip count by 3. And according to our chart, we skip count by 3 8 times. And that's why 8 is your answer. You can also use the T-chart to do multiplication as well. This is Spaceship, which is basically the same thing as equal group, except we make it more interesting, more fun. So you put 24 in the middle. Because we are dividing by 3, you go 1, 2, 3. You have 3 arms and divide them equally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 24. Then you will find out there are 8 in each group. This is called the array. First, you set up the chart. We're dividing it into 3 groups, so we have 1, 2, 3, 3 rows. And then you divide your 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so forth, all the way to 24. And only focus on the first row because that will tell you the answer. Each of these dots means 1. So 1, 1, 1, 1, and you add up all of them, the answer is 8. Here's a way to divide big numbers, numbers that are bigger than 10. So first, you draw the base 10. Our problem is 64 divided by 4. First, you draw the base 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 64 here. Then you set up your chart because we're dividing by 4, so we have 4 rows. Then you divide. Sometimes you may need to regroup. Here is 64. You divide up your 4 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40. That's why we cross them out. But then you have 2 tens left. They are not enough to divide them equally. So we need to regroup them to ones. That will be 10 ones. Here's another 10 ones. So 10, 20, plus 4 more. So 24 ones. That's why I divide up my 24 ones equally among the rows. Then I label the top. Only look at the first row. This one line means 10. Then you have 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And you add them all up. The answer is 16. 64 divided by 4 equals 16. Because 4 times 16 equals 64. Remember, in division, the first number is the biggest number. You cannot have a number bigger than that, at least in 3rd grade. Here's a word problem. There are 24 cookies. Mom put them on 3 plates equally. How many cookies were there on each plate? Again, you need to identify your GET. 24 cookies, that's the highest number you can get, which is your total. Then you have 3 plates, 3 groups. And we are looking for the each. It's even in the question, what is your E? And so we had a G. We don't have an E. We're looking for a T. We already had the T. You already had a total. Had. In this one, you need a total, net. When you need the biggest number, you're going to add or multiply. When you already had the total, you don't have any number bigger than that, so you're going to either subtract or divide. So be careful when you read word problems. So because we always say G times E equals T, so you need to fill out your numbers under the correct label. Your group is 3. Your total is 24. You had a total. We're going to divide. So 24 divided by 3 equals 8. Remember, the two smallest number has to multiply in order to find the biggest number. I hope this video helped you. Thank you. Have a good one.